Valentine's Day is almost here. Are you ready? Hello everyone, my name is Reno and today's video is another entry to my video series I'm calling the Olfactory Library, where I share to everyone here in YouTube my love for fragrances. Now in today's video, we are going to talk about fragrances that are very appropriate for the Valentine's Day for men. Now tune in next week. Next week, hopefully, if I can keep up with my schedule. Next week, I will be uploading a video dedicated for women, fragrances that women can wear for Valentine's Day. Now again, this video is going to be all about fragrances that you can wear during Valentine's Day, or these could be fragrances that you can choose to give to your loved one. Now these fragrances in this list today is going to be ranked based on my personal taste and how I like them. In my opinion, Valentine's Day is a special day. I don't see a date during Valentine's Day as your typical or just, your random date night where you are trying to, make an impression, make a statement, seduce or allure the next person to you across the table. Valentine's Day is special, and in this video, I had that in mind in selecting what fragrances to put in. And in today's video, we have a variety of fragrances coming from both designers and niche for everybody to choose from, and of different price ranges. But all in all, these are fragrances that I personally love to wear, especially during Valentine's Day. I wanted to keep my list today as short as 5 fragrances, but it was so hard to cut down this list that short, so I had 2 extra fragrances. So in today's video, we have 7 fragrances to choose from. So let's get on with the video, starting with Italian Leather by Memo Paris. This perfume has prominent notes of leather, tomato leaf, orris, vanilla, and sandalwood. Now, I intentionally put this perfume at the very last, all because of that polarizing opening with the tomato leaf and the leather. It is slightly sharp and it is slightly repulsive, but it is never, off-putting. This is one of the least famous fragrances of Memo Paris, overshadowed by the very famous African Leather and the rest. Now, this perfume is something that you are going to have to wait probably 10 to 15 minutes before going out of the house, because like I said, the opening of this perfume with the leather and the tomato leaf is really prominent and can be really polarizing. But if you give this perfume a little bit of patience, that's when the beauty comes out. When the sharpness of those 2 particular notes start to mellow down and blend with the rest of the notes of the perfume, it is just really, really sensual. The combination of the tomato leaf and the leather really just makes this perfume very, very masculine. The underscoring notes of the orris and the vanilla just really softens the sharp edges to this perfume and just makes it really sensual and very sexy. A little bit challenging, a little bit bold, but never fails in the sexiness. That is what we are looking for this list. Next on the list, we have a perfume from Armani Prive, and this is Ikat Rouge. Incense, iris, patchouli, and amber are some of the prominent notes of this perfume. Now, to summarize how this perfume smells like is it's a warm, powdery, creamy iris, very cocooning. It's not massively projecting. It's not gonna give you a very huge scent cloud. This is the kind of perfume where your partner is gonna have to lean in to smell you, but it is definitely present. It is substantial. But once they get a whiff of how you smell like, I'm pretty sure they won't be able to stop themselves from smelling you until the end of the night. Now, I have put this in the 6th place because this is a limited edition bottle. I've had this for a while now in my collection, and I must say Armani Prive as a perfume house in general is very underrated. And I swear Armani really has a lot of selections and beautiful perfumes that people don't talk about a lot, and this is definitely one of them. Yes, the backbone of this perfume may be sort of reminiscent to MFK's Grand Soir, which is also a very beautiful amber perfume, but it has its own characteristic to make this really different and stand on its own, and definitely deserve a lot more hype. I think this is really, really beautiful. That alluring and addicting combination of the creamy iris and vanilla, and that you have the beautiful amber that just really gives this perfume that warm celerity that is going to be the biggest factor of seduction to this perfume. It's sensual, it's not loud, it's a little bit shy, but once your partner is going to get a whiff of your perfume, they are not going to pull away from you. Coming in at number 5, we have a perfume from Kilian, and this is Black Phantom. This perfume has prominent notes of dark chocolate, rum, caramel, coffee, and almond. just based on the notes breakdown, I don't think there's anything more that I can say to convince you of why this belongs or why this perfume deserves to be on this list. It's dark, it's mysterious, it's very sexy, it's very alluring, it's very indulgent, I must say. But what I love the most about this perfume is that it uses a lot of gourmand notes, but it's never going full on gourmand. It doesn't smell very sickly sweet at all, even though it has caramel, it has dark chocolate. I think this perfume is just aptly named Black Phantom. Really, this perfume just embodies what I imagine a person who is very mysterious but very sexy at the same time. At number 6, we have a perfume from Tom Ford, and this is Cafe Rose. Rose, patchouli, coffee, and amber are some of the prominent notes in this perfume. Even though not a lot of people love this because of how, you know, I guess because people see the combination of rose and patchouli as kind of like overplayed in the perfume market. Because I know there are a lot of rose and patchouli combination perfumes in the market right now, but I think this is just one of the best. It is sort of linear and very stable in the skin, but I think the beauty in this perfume just really lies on its simplicity. But let me tell you, it is massively projecting. It could potentially fill the room, and it is going to give you this amazing scent trail. Now, I blind bought this perfume in hunt of, you know, a perfect rose perfume, and I must say this was a very successful blind buy, because the first time that I smelled this perfume, immediately it made me think, yes, this is Tom Ford. It's not something that you can easily dress down with, but definitely this perfume really screams very well put together, formal, and I would say this is probably what James Bond would smell like when he goes on a date. It's dark, it's sensual, but it's very effervescent and aromatic. This perfume reminds me so much of that movie Tom Ford directed back in 2009, which is called A Single Man, and I think that movie is this perfume bottled. It's classy, it's sophisticated, really something that you should try when you're going on a date during Valentine's Day. Now we are down with our final 3, and next on the list we have a perfume from Celine, and this is Black Tie. Vanilla, orris, cedarwood, moss, and musk are the 5 notes credited to this perfume. Now, this is another warm and creamy iris combination like Ikat Rouge, but I think this perfume is very different from that perfume. The vanilla in here smells a lot creamier, done in a more gourmand way in comparison to the vanilla in Ikat Rouge. Now, honestly, the vanilla in here just really reminds me of a vanilla ice cream, and it smells like a very decadent warm hug because of that beautiful and creamy vanilla. Now, this perfume and a lot of the other perfumes from Celine are not massively projecting. They are gonna sit closer to the skin, but they are very substantial. They are very present. That and how they smell like with their creamy and very warm undertones, I think just makes this perfume really, really sexy and very appropriate for Valentine's Day. The iris in here is done in a more buttery and creamy way. If you love iris and if you love vanilla, particularly those warm vanilla perfumes, you should really try this perfume. It's very addicting, it's very sensual, and definitely very seductive. Sitting high at the second spot, we have a perfume from MAISON Margiela's replica line, Jazz Club. This perfume has prominent notes of tobacco leaf, vanilla, rum, pink pepper, and vetiver. Now, this perfume is actually what I'm wearing right now. I can't stop smelling myself every time I wear this perfume. Now, I haven't had any chance to go into any jazz clubs, but if this is how jazz clubs actually smell like, I would want to be there every single night. Now, I am not a big fan of tobacco notes in perfumes, but this is one of the few tobacco perfumes that I just really, really love. And one that I would go as far as saying, just like London for Men by Burberry, I am addicted to how this one smells overall. The combination of the rum and the tobacco leaf is not overpowering, but it's done in a very sexy, masculine way. It has that fresh, fizzy quality that kind of balances and contrasts the darker character that the tobacco leaf and the rum gives off, but underscoring all of that is this very addicting and very sexy vanilla note. I would have to say this is the best perfume that ever came out from the replica line from MAISON Margiela, and I think this is just one of the best perfumes ever created in the history of perfumes. Now, sitting mighty high in this list, we have at number 1, we have a perfume from Yves Saint Laurent. This is Tuxedo. This perfume has prominent notes of violet leaf, coriander, rose, patchouli, and ambergris. Now, out of all the perfumes in this list today, this is probably my most favorite. And what can I say that hasn't been said about this perfume already here on YouTube? And I must say the love and the hype surrounding this perfume is just really well deserved. This right here is such a masterpiece. It is very fresh, it is very effervescent, it is very sparkly. It's got this bright, luminous personality, but at the same time just smells very sexy and very masculine without using those more common notes that gives off that kind of vibe in other perfumes. This is such a truly well done perfume. The coriander at the top of this perfume gives off that sparkliness that's really complementing the luminosity and the brightness of the violet leaf. And you have that light touch of the rose and patchouli combination in the background that really just makes this perfume sexy and sensual. This is a number one for a reason. And if you can only get one for yourself or for your partner for Valentine's Day, pick this one. You will not regret this. So that ends our video for today. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for tuning back in. Now tune in next week. Hopefully, if I can keep up with my schedule, I will be uploading a video of perfumes for women for Valentine's Day as well. Now please don't forget to like this video. It will definitely help me with YouTube's algorithm. And please consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more contents like this in the future. And don't stop there. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified if I do upload new videos. And as always, I do hope that everybody are staying safe, stay curious, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!